Welcome to the School Leaders Podcast. My name is Dr. Gastred Harrigan, the podcast for current and emerging school leaders, those who support and supervise them. You will hear from passionate educational leaders who are transforming their schools, communities, and creating positive outcomes for students. I will also share my personal reflections and tips from over 15 years as a school leader. Together, we will talk about how to level up our schools and leadership practices. Hello, welcome to the School Leaders Podcast. This is your host, Dr. Gastred Harrigan. Thank you for making the School Leaders Podcast part of your growth journey. James Clear, in his book, Atomic Habit, says that change doesn't have to be huge, dramatic, or instantaneous. James explained that if you just get 1% better each day, you'll end up with results that are nearly 37 times better after 1 year. He called these small changes atomic habits. James Clear further explained that an atomic habit is a little habit that is part of a larger system. Just as atoms are the building blocks of molecules, atomic habits are the building blocks of remarkable results. As a leader, we can develop mini habits that can help us become better leaders, 37 times better in 1 year, according to James Clear. In today's episode, I am going to share 5 mini habits that will help you to become a better leader. But before we get too deep in today's episode, I want to encourage you to join the School Leaders Podcast community on Facebook. There we continue and extend our conversation from the episode. Also, don't forget to check out my website at www.drgharrigan.com. There you can listen to the podcast, read the monthly blog, and sign up for our monthly newsletter. I would like to thank all of you who are sharing the podcast on Facebook, on Instagram, on Twitter, or on LinkedIn. Thank you. When you share the podcast, please tag me so I can thank you personally. Also, take a moment right now to subscribe to the podcast wherever you listen to it, and share this episode. Don't forget to also leave a positive 5-star rating and a positive comment. When you do, it helps other listeners to find the podcast, and I would truly appreciate that. Let's get started. John Maxwell, the #1 leadership guru, says that leadership is influence. Nothing more, nothing less. Everyone have some level of influence, which is why John points out that everyone is a leader. But just because you have influence does not make you a good leader. The leader's job is to empower its people to succeed within the organization and in whatever their professional aspiration may be. We know that most leaders are built and not born. While there are examples of natural born leaders throughout history, leadership is not a natural inherent trait for most. Instead, leadership is something that must be cultivated and developed on a daily basis. One of the ways to develop and to cultivate your leadership skills are to develop positive leadership habits. When we look at successful leaders, whether those who are in business, those who are in education, those in government, they develop and have positive habits that help them to become better leaders. Let's be honest. Taking your skill to the next level is never an easy task. It requires more than just blood, sweat, or even tears. It requires a strong desire to become a better leader. It requires you to make a choice to be the best you can be, and your commitment must match that level of desire. But not everyone has the drive to become a better leader, unfortunately. Most people tackle things heads on and find themselves in the same cycle of wishing for a breakthrough, claiming that this year will be a better year. The secret to you becoming a better leader is found in your habit. A habit is a powerful force that can shape our behaviors and determine our success. As leaders, we must be able to recognize the habits that will help us make a difference and transform our skills and create an action plan that will lead to success. Research shows that the most common reason that most employees are unhappy in their job or in your department is negative management. I like to say that teachers don't leave schools, but they leave principles. And when you think about it, people don't leave your company or your department. They leave leadership. They leave the management. How can you enhance your leadership skill to create a better, positive culture for your teachers, for your staff, for those who are in your department? I'm going to share 5 mini habits that you need to develop or you need to work on to transform your leadership skills so that way you can take and go to the next level. Mini habit number 1, lead with empathy. Leading with empathy means that you are fostering a school environment where people feel at ease. They feel safe, so they can perform and do their best, whether it is in the classroom, whether it is in front office, whatever their role is. When you are leading with empathy, you create that environment where people feel at ease. It involves creating an experience where employees' minds are at peace and their needs are being met. So it's very important as leaders that we lead with empathy. Leading with empathy means that you are showing your teachers, those in your department, that you are willing to invest in supporting them so that in turn they are willing to invest their time, their energy in supporting the school, the department, or your organization. Here are a few tips for how you can become an empathetic leader. Number 1, always listen. The single most critical element of empathy is listening. It's very important that you take time as a leader to listen to your people. The more you listen, the easier it becomes to adapt to another person's perspective, to see their viewpoint. Listening is critical. The second tip to help you become a more empathetic leader is don't assume. Don't assume anything. Instead, you should ask clarifying questions to avoid making assumptions. You could make statement like, it sounds like you are feeling fill in the blank, to encourage employees to correct you if you've misunderstood. So don't assume. Number 3, third tip is be present. It is much harder to assess an emotion and to react empathetically over email. So it's important that you set time to meet with your teachers, with your staff in person to get a chance to listen to their perspective. And when you are talking or meeting with them, it is very important that you be present. As leaders, we must strive to be a little bit better each day at our craft and how you work with others. Empathy, ladies and gentlemen, is a crucial skill for leaders because it allows leaders to connect with their team members, with their teachers on a deeper level. Here are a few tips to help you continue to work on your empathy. Build trust and rapport. Empathy, ladies and gentlemen, is a crucial skill for leaders because it allows leaders to connect with their team members, their teachers, those in their department on a deeper level. It helps them to build trust and rapport with those in their department. It helps them to motivate and inspire others. It also helps them to resolve conflict in an effective way. It also help you to make better decisions. So while you may already be a good leader, empathy can help you take your skill to the next level. Mini habit number 2, identify your top 3 priorities for tomorrow. Before you finish your day or before you go to bed, you should be clear on your maximum 3 must-do for the next day. Before your day ends, make sure you write out your must-do for the next day. And you should have at least 3. You don't really want to go beyond 3. 3 must-do things that you must accomplish the next day. By doing that, it helps you to prioritize what's important to you. So that way, when you make it to work, you are not just reacting to the urgent things, but that your day is prioritized by your must-do list. As principals or school leaders, you can have a to-do list. But as I can tell you, 1 phone call, 1 parent visit, 1 incident can derail your entire day. So it is vital that you know and have your top 3 must do for the day. That way that helps you to stay focused. The other recommendation is that you start, if it's possible, on your must do first thing early in the morning. If it is possible, schedule those things first thing in the morning and get started as soon as possible. This way you hit the day running, working on what's most important to you. Mini habit number 3, connect and listen. Leaders create relationship. As a principal, as a leader, if you are going to motivate, if you are going to inspire your people, it requires that you build real and authentic relationship with your people. It is vital that you have connection with your people. You must make your people feel that you believe in your teachers. You must believe in your staff. You must help them find the necessary resources so that they could develop and improve in their craft. You must build trust, and you must lead with understanding and empathy. Frank Molinaro, who's a vice president of human resources, says that day after day, people do not come to work for a time clock. They come to work for a person. For them to give anything other than the minimum, they must have relationship with that person. In other words, relationship matters. Leadership is a people's business. Successful school leaders must be able to connect, build relationship, and trust with their teachers and staff. If you're going to be an effective leader, you have to be able to connect, build relationship, and build trust with your people. As a principal, as a leader, you must be able to build relationship and really make authentic connection. This week, as you have conversation with your teacher or perhaps your staff, one of the things I encourage you to do is to ask this question: how are you doing today? Before you jump into task mode, listen actively. Stop and just listen to that person responding to how are they doing today. Don't interrupt. Don't try to fix anything. Just listen and be present. Yes, it may feel uncomfortable. It may feel simple, too good to be true, but you'll be surprised at the power of just being silent, listening to them for 2, 3, even 4, 5 minutes, actively listening. That will help them, make them feel connected, that you care about them, and that you care about what they have to say. Because again, at the end of the day, it's all about connection. Mini habits number 4, plan ahead. As Benjamin Franklin said, if you fail to plan, you are planning to fail. If you fail to plan, you are planning to fail. It is essential that you take the time to plan and map out what you want to accomplish, map out the year ahead, map out the quarter, map out the month, or even the week ahead. If you fail to plan out your day, then the urgent things going to distract you. Actions without a plan are like rivers without an outlet. They just don't go anywhere. Planning gives you a sense of direction and urgency before you get started. It allows you to know what is going to take place, what are the steps you need to take in order to achieve your desired results or your desired outcome. It is essential that you plan and break your goals into achievable pieces for each quarter, each month, even each day. This allows you to identify and have a target for each period, for each season, and that task and the task that you need to do in order to accomplish what you need to accomplish. So take time to plan out your day. Once you have a plan in place, then it becomes easier to track your progress as well as make timely adjustment without getting too overwhelmed or distracted. Ultimately, planning ahead with achievable goals helps set yourself up for success and lead to a more productive and effective beginning. Great school leaders know this too well, that if they want to be successful, they cannot ignore the necessary steps of planning. This means you must proactively plan and organize your strategies before making a decision and definitely before implementing those decisions. Plan ahead. Mini habits number 5, weekly recharge ritual. Leading a school can be an exhausting job. The principalship can be isolating. Leading and being the CEO, the leader of your department, can be lonely. Without good physical and mental health, you cannot operate at your best. So it's very important, leaders, that you prioritize your health and well-being without making excuses. Yes, the job can be taxing and you can be very busy, but make time to recharge on a regular basis. It is important that you develop a weekly ritual that enable you to recharge on a weekly basis. If not, you may find yourself burnt out and cannot perform at your highest level. For example, you need to develop the habits of getting, number 1, sufficient sleep. It is important to get at least 6 hours of sleep every night. Sleep is paramount. Number 2, engage in regular exercise. You need to make sure you find time to move your body to ensure that you are in good health. Number 3, make time for meditation and prayer. Making time to meditate and prayer are good habits for your soul and mind. Taking time to quiet your mind is critical and vital for optimum performance. Quiet is good for your soul and for your mind. Number 4, work with a health coach. Some of us need to get serious about our health by getting a health coach to help us reach those health goals. Hopefully you have health goals to improve your health. A coach can really help you reach those goals. And number 5, eat a balanced diet. It is crucial that what you're putting in is vital for optimal performance. Eating a balanced diet help you to maintain your body in an optimal performance. Setting up time for weekly recharge ritual or for a personal retreat is a fantastic way to recharge your leadership battery and renew your mind and body on a weekly basis. Recharging and making emotional margin and breathing deeply often comes from uncluttering your life and mind. As I end this episode, ponder on this. Growing as a leader is not difficult, but it does require an intentional effort on your part to develop positive habits that will make you 37 times better over a year. 5 mini habits that will help you to become a better leader. There you have it. I hope you are able to take away at least one nugget that can help you develop positive habits to grow in your leadership skills. If you know anyone who can benefit from this episode, please share it. Thank you for listening. Thank you for joining me today. Please consider subscribing to the podcast, leave a 5-star rating and a comment, share this episode with a friend, and on social media. Follow me on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook for leadership ideas and tips. Again, thank you for joining me today. Until next time.